1955 was a pivotal year for me. I joined the Army Reserves, graduated high school, enrolled in the wildlife management program at the University of Arizona, and shot my first deer. And to give you a bit of a background, the University of Arizona in 1955, tuition was $55 a semester for resident students. Oh, for the old days. I took Lendell Cochran's mammalogy class in the fall of 1957. I enjoyed that class and did well in it. And that summer, I worked for Cochran, patrolling around Arizona, capturing and banding bats. I was back in school the next year, working nights as well to support myself. But because I had a good reputation as a bat collector, in the summer of '59, I was offered the opportunity to go to Mexico to do some mammal collecting. And I thoroughly enjoyed myself and came to the realization that if I wanted to be able to earn a living doing this sort of thing, that I'd better get the union card, which is, of course, the Ph.D.
Dr. Al Gardner was a graduate student, Ph.D. student in the late 1960s here at the LSU Museum of Natural Science under the advisorship of Dr. George Lowery, who was the founder of the LSU Museum of Natural Science.
Al was one of our earliest graduate students, well before my time, and he has been unquestionably one of our most successful. Al is a very careful, but also productive scientist, and I would say his longevity is perhaps his most impressive. He's publishing at the same rate now in his 80s as he was much earlier in his career. He has not lost a step.
He collected over 4,000 bird and mammal specimens that are here at the LSU Museum of Natural Science. He described new species and went on to write the book of Mammals of South America.
When Al was a graduate student, he did a lot of field work. He was traveling all over the Neotropics, collecting mammals, doing very important work. To this day, the most commonly used specimens in the mammal collection at the Museum of Natural Science are those that Al collected in the 60s and the 70s in Peru and Costa Rica.
The specimens that he collected are not only being used now, but they'll be used by generations to come, as those specimens will last hundreds of years.
Through Al's field research and his examination of existing specimens in the LSU Museum and other collections, he has discovered quite a few new species, perhaps 20 or so, and he has made big contributions to our general understanding of mammalian diversity in that part of the world.
I've described 2 genera, 21 species, and 2 subspecies. My impact on mammalogy is difficult to, I've never thought much about it. But perhaps a measure of that impact is the fact that 1 genus, 9 species, and 2 subspecies have been named in my honor by colleagues.
Although it's been a long time since Dr. Gardner graduated from LSU, he's maintained a connection to the museum as a donor. He continues to support our research and teaching mission, which to this day.
I've been fortunate to receive recognition and several awards in my career. The Hall of Distinction Award, of course, ranks right up with those. And it is extremely humbling and gratifying to be recognized by your alma mater.
Dr. Gardner is very deserving of this award because he is one of our most successful alumni from the LSU Museum, and he has inspired many, many young researchers studying mammal diversity in the Neotropics.
Al, on behalf of the Museum of Natural Science, thank you for all your contributions to the museum. This is a great award, fantastic news, and I can tell you that future generations of students will be using your specimens to better understand the planet we live on.